Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to today's news.
All right, well, of course, the big news is the new Andor trailer dropped today with a brand new date. Indeed. Well, let's start with the official synopsises out there for Andor.
Oh, okay.
The Andor series will explore a new perspective from the Star Wars galaxy, focusing on Cassian Andor's journey to discover the difference he can make. The series brings forward the tale of the burgeoning rebellion against the Empire and how people and planets become involved. It's an era filled with danger, deception, and intrigue where Cassian will embark on the path that is destined to turn him into a rebel hero.
Yeah, that's what I got from the trailer.
I like that they say planets, which means we're not just going to be stuck
Tatooine,
on
right?
one.
We're going to go to Tatooine? And then
I
maybe some
do
other
wish they
desert
would
worlds.
mention Mon Mothma in this. They do not.
Yeah, I think Mon Mothma's going to be a huge part of this. I think Stellan Skarsgård's character, I can't think of his name at the moment.
Don't look at me. I don't remember.
You were the one who
It was
reported on his
something with
name.
an L and then something with an R.
Yeah, it's like Raya last name, and Lithium battery, I think is his name.
Lithium battery.
Yeah. But no, it's
Ratha.
something like that. Something.
Ratha?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have it memorized in no time, but
You'll get there.
I'll get there. It takes a while for me. But
Does.
no, I think we're going to have a lot of main characters. I don't know. The trailer looked really good. I'll be doing a video over on the other channel about the trailer, so just my general thoughts is it looked really good. Got me excited. I mean, I've been kind of quietly hopeful and optimistic for this series since hearing about it years and years ago. I'm like, well, it's a strange idea, kind of, because, it's a time period we have kind of explored quite a bit now, and it's
Kind of, yeah.
it's an obscure character, but there's potential here. Of course, the biggest problem with it is we already know how a lot of these stories are going to end, don't we?
That's why Mon Mothma's there. She doesn't end here, so...
Well, no.
At least we get to keep going.
But we know how her story here
I
is,
know.
and she's not going to be captured by the Empire and tried for treason and killed and hung. We know that's not going to happen. We know she'll be given a nice little speech in the Return of the Jedi and be a leading member of the rebellion. So
There's a lot of really cool things that could happen in this. I'm just
sure.
interested.
No,
Just
I'm
where it will
interested.
go.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying just because we know the end doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
I mean, we predicted Saw was going to be in this. It was an easy prediction. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
And boom, there he was.
There he
was
was.
in the trailer.
Saying saw things.
Wasn't on his respirator yet.
We'll
so
call it war.
We'll probably definitely see it.
Yeah, he's going to get blown up in this. I'm pretty sure, because in Rebels, he's not blown up yet either. He seemed a little... And granted, he says like one line in the trailer. He seems a little kind of more gruff here than he does in Rebels right away. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think that's a huge deal. I mean, and it's one line, and I'm sure in Rebels, it gets toned down a little for the kids show. Which like Thrawn, another example of getting toned. The real Thrawn should have taken over Rebels and just ended them in like one episode, but whatever.
I agree with that. But what do you think about the date being moved back like
strange.
3
Like
weeks?
why? But why?
Now it's 1 week in front of Bad Batch because they
Yeah.
haven't moved that yet. I said yet because
They're
I
gonna
feel
move.
like it's going to move back at least 3 weeks now.
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like something down the road has changed. It's either the Mandalorian or the Ahsoka or something else. The Ahsoka series has kind of maybe been pushed back, and so they're gonna try to fill the gaps a little better.
Which is weird because we are in a Star Wars gap right now.
Good point.
So I mean, they could have just shuffled Bad Batch back a little bit.
I think Bad Batch will get shuffled. I've always been surprised Bad Batch and Andor were going to overlap so much. Now they're going to overlap even more, though. We're getting like 3 episodes of Andor day one, and then the next week we go right into Bad Batch's first episode. Currently, the 28th of September. So I don't know. I see a shuffling. I see a Bad Batch getting pushed back too.
Right. And some people I have read were like, oh, it's because of She-Hulk. They don't want them overlapping. Well, they're still overlapping.
Yeah.
That's not changing anything.
Yeah, I don't think they're as concerned about overlapping Marvel with Star Wars. I don't think
No, but
they want to do it.
they did it just fine before.
Yeah, they've done it before.
Miss
like
Marvel did.
Like I said, I think this is going to be something maybe a little down the road where Mandalorian is going to be delayed and they're trying to push everything back a little bit. They'll push Bad Batch back a little because I really do think they want to get to that point where you're almost literally going from
Star Wars to
Star Wars to Star Wars with at most a month gap in between something. So you can, as I've said before, so you can never, unsubscribe to Disney Plus. They don't want that. They don't want you.
You're in it for life.
Yeah, they don't want you watching a series and be, oh, the next one's 3 months from now. Well, I'm just going to unsubscribe for that 3 months. Instead, they want you to go, oh, it's 3 weeks. Well, no point in really unsubscribing, is there? That's what they want.
We'll just wait.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'm assuming this is part of a grander plan to just try to narrow gaps and get it all finely tuned. Just a guess. I could be dead
Turning it
wrong. I
into
don't
a
know.
finely tuned machine, yeah.
That's what they do. But anyway, if you want to hear any more thoughts on the trailer, I will be dropping a video on the other channel, either before or after this. I never know how it all works out.
Probably after this.
Probably, yeah. We don't really game plan it too well. we do what we do around here.
It's kind of a mess sometimes.
Yeah, it's a fun mess though, a happy mess, as Bob Ross might say. Happy little videos, happy little accidents.
All right. Well, our next story, we're actually going to talk about something that we have not talked about much on this channel at all. There's a fan project coming up. They've sent me emails, and I've kind of been monitoring it from afar. But I want everyone else to know about it, so if it's something that interests you, you can go ahead and watch it as well. It's called Star Wars Descendants. It's a pretty ambitious-looking fan film.
Very years in the making.
I
I don't really know much about it. I've seen the trailer, and sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
It's been shot in 10 countries around the world. 15 years in production. It's going to be 5 episodes, 30 minutes each, to be released weekly. Though not exactly weekly. The last 2 episodes drop in the same week. Alright, so it's a big fan film series. I've got a link to their trailer. I'll throw it in the description. Star Wars Descendants. It's set right after Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Young Glaive Meeper finds out about his true heritage after his father is murdered. As a result of his visions, he starts off to search for an old ally, the deserted clone trooper Tioman. But the evil Sith Lord, Darth Vader, has already taken up the trail of the Force-sensitive boy. Together they confront Vader's bounty hunter, thus ending up right in the epicenter of a conflict between the Rebel Alliance and the Empire. At the same time, fallen Jedi Nias... I'm going to pronounce everything wrong, sorry. Dethor is scraping a living in his remote hideout, still under the influence of a 1,000-year-old Sith artifact. He gets himself ready for the last battle. The dark times for the Fallen Republic have begun.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to give this a watch, see what it's all about.
Oh, we'll definitely give it a watch, yeah.
The graphics look pretty good, I think, for a fan film. I mean, I'm no expert on fan films and what kind of budget they ended up with, but the entire thing's going to go up on YouTube, no commercials or anything because, well, it's Lucasfilm, and we'll just grab them anyway. Probably.
Yeah.
So it's entirely
Depends.
paid for and by them, and
I'm
going to put the link in for you to watch the trailer. We'll probably watch it this week when it comes out.
No, I'd love to bring up more fan film news and what fans are doing.
Yeah, like I said, they were sent directly to my naboomail, so I figured, sure, we'll talk about it. We'll give it a shot. We'll get the word out there.
No, absolutely.
As many people watch this video.
Like I said, I obviously love to do my own what-if stories and fan fictions and all that. So, if I can...
It's in your vein.
Definitely in my vein. And, if I can highlight and help somebody else get the word out there for what they're doing, yeah. Because, you love to see people who just have a passion for Star Wars making Star Wars. That's all we ask for out of Disney is, basically the same kind of thing. We just want people who love Star Wars, know Star Wars, and want to make it.
All right, well, let's move on to our final segment for Monday. New this week in Star Wars, etc. All right, it's kind of a quiet week. We've got Wednesday, comics, Halcyon Legacy number 5, where our classic bounty hunters have finally made their way on board.
Everybody's been on the Halcyon.
Yeah, Bosk will be there. I think Forlum and Zuckuss. It's a bounty hunter party on the Halcyon.
Are they on vacation? Are you going to
No, I don't
sit
think
by the
so.
pool?
I think they're
there is
doing
no
a
pool
job.
on the Halcyon, isn't there?
I don't know.
I thought there was no pool there. That was a complaint I'd heard.
Well, are you talking about the real one or the comic book one?
Oh, they're both the same. They're both real. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can understand people being upset there's no pool. Any other Disney resort when you hang out, it has a pool, but their schedule is so busy you don't have time to pool it up anyway, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
I guess Padme and Anakin never hot tubbed it there.
Unless they got one in their room, private.
No, they don't. No.
Same room that Han
No
and Leia.
pools. They need a lifeguard. It doesn't work.
So, I mean, in theory,
He's
like,
made of too much robot parts. So it's
Padme
like,
and Anakin could have conceived Leia and Luke in the same room that Han and Leia conceived Ben in.
you need to stop
That sounds
with that.
really creepy.
We're in new this week, not in Thor's creepy segment.
But I think
No.
maybe we can pencil it
No.
in for Thursdays. Thor's creepy news and theories. No,
No,
okay, probably
it's too
not.
creepy. Also on Wednesday, first episode of the fan film we were just talking about, Star Wars Descendants. Film, it's a fan series. Sorry,
Well, it's
not
kind of
film.
like a fan film series. Yeah.
Fan film. Fan series?
Fan film?
Fan. So first episode of the Star Wars Descendants fan project will be coming out.
Well played.
Friday, Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation on Disney
boy.
Plus.
Yeah, we'll review that one, won't we?
It'll be a good time. You'll
I'm sure
really
we'll have fun
enjoy
with
it.
Yeah.
I just love Lego.
I love Lego
Period.
too.
End of story. Lego.
Yeah, I love Lego. Period.
I'll be getting a Lego in the mail soon.
What now?
BD1.
Oh boy.
I built my land speeder. That thing was amazing to build.
Yeah,
It's a good build.
you didn't even let me help you. Usually you ask if I want to help, and this one you were just you were in the zone.
Well, you never came over to sit down. You could have sat down with me and
I did.
I would have.
I don't think you even noticed. You just were in your own little land speeder world.
Well,
I was sitting
if you
there.
wouldn't have told me I needed to go to bed because I started it way too late,
Yes.
I would have done it all in one day. But whatever. All right, on to our etc. piece. Sandman comes on Netflix Friday as well. Mark Hamill's in it. He's playing Merv Pumpkinhead.
That means nothing to me. I don't know who Merv Pumpkin. I've never read Sandman.
I am in the omnibuses. I have read the first two, and I'm into number 3, and I know Marv is in number 3. I'm not going to have time to read all the omnibuses before it comes out on Friday, but I'll be okay. I've got the basics of it all now. It's a really, really cool comic.
I've always heard
I've been
good things
enjoying
about it. I
it
just
a lot.
never partook myself.
Right. Full series will be dropping on Friday. I am super excited. Hopefully I can get Thor to watch it. And then we can maybe talk about it on here if people want to hear our thoughts on The Sandman. Or just Sandman.
The thoughts of someone who just is reading it and someone who's never read it.
Well, that's what's interesting. It's like the Lord of the Rings stuff. As tempted as much as I want to now read the Silmarillion, I'm deliberately avoiding it at this point. Because when we do a review, we have someone who knows the lore comparing to someone who does not.
Yes. Someone who's terrified and someone who seems a little more hopeful, I think.
Because I don't know what the problem is. I know it sounds weird, but I don't know the problem.
Oh, don't get me started. I was just going to say, I think the condensing of time is probably going to be the biggest problem. That they're taking thousands of years, essentially, and just cramming it all into, like, it's a bad week in Middle Earth. It's all going to go wrong in 1 week.
Like I said, that's my advantage is I don't know the problem.
Yeah.
But we'll talk more about that in the future.
Like we said before, that's who the show is for. Like, oh, you watched the Lord of the Rings movies and you love them? Watch this, and you're never going to know that they're tampering with the lore.
No. Oh, wait, I don't know.
See, exactly. No, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I really genuinely want to, hear your thoughts on that. See what you think. And see if you think it's good. And I mean, not just you, but just in general, because obviously a lot of people who don't dig further into Tolkien's lore, they've just seen the movies, never even read, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, which are kind of the standard ones that a lot of people have read. So it's going to be interesting to see what people think about this. I just hope it's good somehow, some way. But anyway.
It might be better for me than you.
I think it will be. I almost certainly think it will be. But anyway, that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of today's news. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.